Hello and welcome to Karting Live TV from Dunkeswell Raceway. No longer associated with any former 1990s world champions of F1, but the one and only Dunkeswell Raceway, and a huge amount of improvements he made to the track. But more importantly, NKC and the final round of the Southern Championship. What's up for stake, Joe?
Well, I mean, all right, we're going to be halfway through the overall 2024 championship, but right now, the people in the paddock are already talking about this Southern Cup. We've split the championship into two. The first three rounds are in southern area tracks, so we're going to call that the Southern Cup. From here, we move north. I'm not going to mention the calendar, more of that coming later, but then we're going to be competing for the Northern Cup. So right now, I think there's two elements to this weekend. There's the final round of the Southern Cup, but also it's round three of the overall championship. And also, Nick, more importantly, it's the final round on that very tired, worn-out set of Max's tyres. And I think that might come to the fore towards the end of Sunday afternoon, because the weather forecast is for bright and sunny weather.
Hooray! Well, starting with that good news, more good news, Joe's going to walk around the paddock and find out about all those tyre worries. Joe, talk about tyres.
All right. The last time the NKC was at this track, it was known as the Mansell Raceway. However, it's gone through a bit of a transformation. One of them is that it's reverted back to its old name, Dunkeswell, a name that I was familiar with back in the 90s. And this man next to me, Christian Tanner. Christian, I suppose you're the man behind the reformation that's taking place here at the Dunkeswell Raceway.
Very new to the circuit. I know the owner, Sergey, has done a lot of the work previous to me coming on board, but I hold similar visions, let's just put it that way, yeah.
Well, we are very impressed so far. I mean, you know, the place was looking a bit tired, wasn't it? And you guys have certainly spruced it up, and I think everywhere's been painted, hasn't it?
Yeah, there's been a fresh lick of paint pretty much everywhere. You've noticed a new logo underneath the gantry as well, all last minute, just to make sure that when the NKC come down, you know, big event, big deal for us, that it looked the best it could look, really.
I would imagine, being in your position, you are also looking at the major championship in the UK, of course, the British. Yeah. The British not unfamiliar with Dunkeswell, or Mansell as it was. Mm-hmm. Is that another aspiration of yours here?
So my first event here, actually, because I don't come from around here, was at a British round for a previous role. I don't want to give too much away, but I think it would be really good to sort of plan for that maybe in the future. Yeah. At the minute, I think we're just going to concentrate on making the circuit and its facilities the best they can be, and hopefully we get offers from the British and more to want to come back, really.
Well, you've got the best series in the country here this weekend. You really have. The NKC, ever popular, maximum grids. The track is looking fantastic, but the track has not changed in nature, has it?
No, it hasn't changed in nature. We just wanted to make sure the facilities look the best they could look. It's the little things, you know, the finer details around the track that we've really tried to hone in on. And to be fair, I've had a lot of good feedback from the drivers and their parents, etc. So, you know, it's worth it when you get a big series like this here and you get the good feedback. It makes all the hard work in the background worth it, definitely.
Well done to you and your team, because you've certainly made a massive difference in the short space of time that you've been in charge. Now then, what we need Christian to do is go and have a word with Ollie and Chris and start working on next year's round of the NKC here. Yeah. Can we have it in July again?
July, we are talking about it. I'll leave it there.
The weather in Devon is nice.
It is nice, yeah, it is nice.
Thanks, Chrissy.
No worries, thank you.
Carrying the number 3 in the Rotax 177s, see the number 3 there? That means the driver of this kart came third in the championship in 2023. Ryan Taylor Truman here is this very man. Ryan, at the moment you are leading the 177 championship with 2 wins. Rounds 1 and 2 went your way. Yeah. Are you looking at number 3?
Well, we're only 1 point ahead at the minute, so it's a big ask, but we're in it for the long run as well. Obviously, we'd like to win the Southern Cup as well, but we are attending all the Northern Cups, or the Northern tracks, so it's a long season, isn't it? So we'll see, but I'd love to have number 3 win this year, but anything can happen.
I suppose at this stage of any weekend, you can't really think that far forward. You can't think, you know, I'm definitely going to win, because that's not karting, is it?
Yeah, exactly. Like, the pace is good, but obviously when you go into a race situation, it's going to be different. So all we can do now is hope that the pace is going to be just as good in the race, and then we go from there.
What do you like at Dunkeswell? Is it a track you like?
Yeah, it's a great track. I've been racing here for many years, through like cadets to junior Rotax. So it's not a local, but it is sort of a local. It's 2 hours away, and it's one of the good tracks. Yeah.
I've noticed as well, you're on a Saudi kart. All right, you know, the majority of people you see out on OTK, but the Saudi suits you, does it?
Yeah, the Sodi's a great kart. They've done a lot of development over the years. This is the 23, and it's a great kart. I jumped on it last year for the O plate, and it was probably one of the best karts I've driven. Right. And I've done some experience in racing, and yeah, it was a great kart.
That little chunk of aluminium there, you're running the Venator racing engine from Reese and Kai Hunter's place. How important and what is important about the motor here at Dunkeswell?
Yeah, so the motor, obviously, it's a range of different corners. You've got tight corners, you've got a long straight as well. You want to be looking for the revs, and I just feel this Venator, the way it's set at the minute, is just pulling down the straight, and through the tight bits is great.
Yeah, punching out the corner as well. It looks like those little nudgy bits, as I call them.
Especially through the top complex. It's a great engine. The way it's set up as well it's perfect.
So Southern Cup at the end of Sunday afternoon, you're on target for that, but I think Ryan Taylor-Truman has his eyes set on an overall championship and turning that number 3 into a number 1. I think I'm right there, eh?
Yeah, I was a bit disappointed last year because I had a lot of problems along the way. Some my fault, some racing incidents, but the way it's going this year, I'd like to change that into a 1.
Yeah, I knew you'd say that. Thanks, Ryan. Good luck, mate. So I might have mentioned once or twice that I've raced the odd kart going back to, well, the 80s. I don't really want to talk about that, in the 90s. And one of the biggest features of any kart paddock is this kind of place. The IKD Kart Spares Kart Store. The IKD Kart Store for all of your spares. James Lovell here. Now, he's got 2 hats on. He's running his daughter Lucy's in juniors, isn't she?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, she's in juniors now, yeah.
Right. Now, James and I, let's talk about that great battle we had at Wilton in the mechanics race. No, we haven't got time, actually. It was great. I followed him home. He was 4th, I was 5th. Look how fat we are. What's that all about? Anyway, so less of that. So, IKD Kart Store, you've been a feature of the NKC for about a year now, haven't you, this season? Am I right in thinking that?
No, so we're a new kart store. So we started this year. And we've over the course of the last few years, we've done quite a lot in terms of second-hand karts, pet spares, and etc. And also we've got quite a lot of experience running kart teams and being around in the paddock. I've raced since 1995. Obviously, got the better review at Wilton last year.
All right.
But we won't mention that. and what we were going to do, so there's a little bit behind the name really. So it's called IKD Kart Store. What we were going to do a couple of years ago, we were going to create a kart school actually, and it was going to be Bambino karts. We bought a number of Bambino karts, and we were going to try and get people into the sport. We just didn't find time to be able to do it, so we had a company set up. We rebranded it. We were asked at Forest Edge to go and start trading there, and which has been really great. And also now we're at Dunkeswell trading here, and ultimately what we'd really like to do is support the NKC moving forward, working with Dartford Karting, who are excellent people, and we're working in partnership with them this weekend. And really, what the aim of us and IKD Kart Store is to have stock for everything. So we're quite fortunate. We don't need
big ask, James, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. So you can challenge me on that if you turn up and we haven't got anything.
You've got an 81 sprocket.
How many do you need? And we want to be able to provide everything for our customers here. We love racing. This is more about probably our hobby than a business. Yeah. But it will do well. We're just continuing investing into it. We're not taking any money out at the moment, and we absolutely what we want to be able to do is provide everything for everybody. So if anybody turns up this weekend and we don't have it on the van, I'm going to be pretty disappointed.
Well, it's the daft little things, isn't it? I noticed that massive roll of gaffer tape there. It's the silly things like where's the chain lube, where's the 2-stroke oil. Hang on, there's a kart shop there, which is really benefits everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and we try. This weekend, obviously, it's mostly Rotax karts, but TKM here as well. And we try and provide as many spares as possible. If you look in here, there is a huge amount of stock within all of those drawers.
You have got a lot of 81 sprockets there as well, I say.
We absolutely do, Joe. Everything's there. We've been really well supported this weekend. I think one of the big things for us is that Our brand's great. Hopefully you'll think, our brand is pretty good. You probably need a better model for the T-shirt. And the other thing is that all the prices are they're high street prices. We don't inflate anything at the track. And ultimately, we want to be, we want to make sure that we're doing the best by all of our customers.
Yeah. What's your biggest seller?
It's probably those 81 sprockets, Joe.
Thank you, James. Great to have you guys around.
Great to see you. Thank you.
IKD Kart Store, everybody. So the dynamic sport of karting and sunbathing, of course, it's all part of the scene, certainly here at Dunkeswell. This gentleman here is Charles Cheesy Green. I've got to ask you, Charles, why do they call you Cheesy?
Well, I love cheese since I was really young.
He loves cheese. Who doesn't? Now then, Cheesy Green, last round, Forest Edge, you were outstanding, if I say so myself. I know there was a little bit of local knowledge came in, and you obviously knew where the grip was at Forest Edge when it was wet.
Yeah, well, I think I think we were expected to get a good result out of it, and that's exactly what we came out with. A mistake in heat 3 by just a joint decision caused us to lose some points here and there. But I think overall it was a great weekend. We got the winners. That's all we wanted for.
So you're from the south of England. I know your dad just told me you're from Cornwall. Yeah. I said that Forest Edge was your local track. I just think I meant that you knew it well. So this is obviously another track that you know well, I would think.
Yeah, obviously we haven't been here in 2 years in the dry. Right. So obviously we did a lot of this track at Honda Cadet, but we haven't really done a lot of road tax. So we've just been finding our feet this weekend, and I think a lot of people are on better tyres so far this weekend. But I think as we build into the weekend, we should hopefully be on the pace. Is there a key to a good lap here at Dunkeswell? It looks tricky, doesn't it? Yeah, it's a lot of tight corner. I think you've just got to be smooth and just obviously get lap and obviously be fast. Yeah, that's the case. It sounds easy that way, doesn't it? What are you hoping to get out of this weekend then? Are you looking for a point haul or are you going for a win? Obviously, I think we want to go for the win, but we obviously need to gain. Sherwood obviously leading the standings. We've got to try and close that gap at the top of the standings, but hopefully we can get the win and hopefully we gain some points. That's the best outcome we can get. Any thoughts about the Southern Cup, because you're in contention? Yeah, I think if I had to win, but the Southern Cup will win the whole thing, I'd rather win the whole thing. So I think I'm focusing across the whole thing rather than the Southern Cup, but the Southern Cup would be also nice to win. Yeah, I think so. Well, you're en route to doing that and doing well. I suppose it's now for me to say good luck, Cheesy. Yeah. Keep eating the cheese. Yeah, thank you. What's your favourite cheese, by the way? Cheddar. Cheddar, how boring. The sport of karting is not necessarily about the win, it's about the competition. And yes, I actually mean that, because, some of the best races I ever had were for like 19th and 20th. And a midfield runner in junior road acts as Ryan says here. Ryan, you're carrying the number 23. Firstly, are you having a good time and enjoying it?
When the kart works, it's good. Cause it's been bouncing most of the day. So
right. Bouncing, is that you mean sort of lifting off the track?
Yeah, so we've got a setup that finally works in that session. So we've got 5th fastest.
So 5th fastest, that's the proper end of the grid, isn't it? That's sort of going for potential podium positions if you can hang on to that.
Yeah, hopefully. It's just see what I could do tomorrow, I suppose.
Yeah. Only your second year in karting and you came in into junior road acts. I mean, these karts are very fast and a lot of kids come through the cadet classes and build up to this speed. But the first kart you drove was a junior road acts kart, was it?
Yeah, so it was very different because I did like a couple of days of rental and straight into a junior. It's like my neck couldn't hang on. So it was like falling off after like the first corner.
So tell me, the first time you drove a road acts max kart and you pushed that throttle down, what did you think?
I didn't know what was happening. It's just, yeah.
Just so quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Is that where you get the enjoyment from karting? The actual driving of the kart?
Yeah, it's fun racing people and just overtaking, just the speed of it, really.
Yeah, and sort of wheel-to-wheel dicing and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so. That's what it's all about. Now, I notice you with Tyro. That's a team that runs several drivers. What's the benefits from a driver like yourself being with a team like Tyro?
It's just cheaper to run, and everyone's always on the same kit, like sprockets, jets, engines are all the same, so you can't just buy stuff to be quicker.
So there's more of you to learn quicker?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what have you done to stop that bouncing around on the track?
We put full caster on the front, a harder axle, and drop the right eye at the back.
Right, he's giving this all away, by the way. Everybody's getting, yeah.
What am I supposed to do?
So Ryan, what are you going to be happy with on Sunday at tea time? At the end of it all, what will Ryan Sayers be happy with?
Top 15 in the final.
Top 15, that's quite realistic, isn't it?
So yeah, hope you get a final, top 15.
And enjoy it.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Because that's the important bit, you've got to enjoy it. Thanks, Ryan. One of the teams that have been, well, an integral part of the NKC over the years is Nathan Chaffer Racing, and this man here is the man with his name above the door, Nathan Chaffer. Nathan, currently 5th in 177s. All right, it's only after 2 rounds, but this round you could win the Southern Cup.
No, I think we're a bit behind to win, but a third's on the cards, and that's what we're going to go for.
Yeah.
And then when it's the Northern Cup, we're stronger there because we're from the north. So,
Right.
yeah, looking forward to the Northern. Just want to get this round out of the way and hopefully come back third.
Where are you guys based?
We're based near Kingston upon Hull.
All right.
So our local track's fullback. It's not on the calendar, but the local one to us will be Wigan and Warden Law.
Right. Well, you know where I love Warden Law. Now, you guys run the CRG. NCR is Nathan Chaffer Racing is the distributor for CRG. What does that mean exactly? Tell everybody.
So basically, we took on the importers with Peter Rayner, who's CRG England as well, and we've been doing it for a good couple of years now, and it's going really well. Like, we've got an awning full of CRGs here, and we keep selling them. And they're a very good kart, doing really well at the minute.
So a customer could come along and not just buy a card, but actually be part of the team by you running him as a customer driver.
Yeah, they can come in and use our services, and we can help them get up to speed, help them get set up, data, video camera footage, we've got everything.
And a bit of driver coaching from yourself, because you're quite an experienced driver, aren't you?
Yeah, I've been doing it 18 years,
exactly.
A long time.
He doesn't look old enough, I know. How many karts are you actually overseeing the prep for?
So normally I have 7 in here, but this week I've got 6. We're missing Tony, but it's nice and small, and it's good. It's enough.
How do you keep your head around everyone? Because everyone will have a different problem, a different perception. How do you keep your head around that?
It's hard, yeah. I go through everyone, and pretty much like Harry over there is quite a smooth driver like me, so me and him got good data together. And then Will's come back from a long time out, and he's getting back into it.
And you've got 18 years of data that you can call upon, Nathan.
Oh, yes.
So what are you expecting out of this one here at Dunkeswell? We're all from the north here, so this one is a track that I haven't really done much running on at all. I think I raced here once back in the 90s.
I did the British here, and we did really well. We was pushing for the win, and then we had instants, and then we pushed for the win. And this week, I just want to come third in the Southern Cup. That's what I'm aiming for.
Right. And is that mathematically what you can? Is that the best you can do? You mean?
That's the best I can do. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, we wish you very best of luck, and best of luck keeping everybody happy, because that's a job in that. Nathan Chaffer Racing, everybody.